trust those two to chant their own names.
I am going to open a rift to the negative zone in their showers when we get home.
If we get home. There's no telling where that screwed up spell sent us. This could be a broom closet in the basement of Dr. Doom's castle for all we know. Or a storage nook on Galactus' world ship. Holding pen on a scroll cruiser. Oh, maybe the inside of Robbie's brain.
There. Something powerful. Something strong. Something foul. That's where we begin.
Of course you were gonna say that.
Illustrious hunter. And friends?
Really? You still follow me on Superlink?
Not ringing the bell.
I can tear through the fabric of space and time itself.
It doesn't matter.
Let the fool prattle on. We must be on to something.
I cannot fathom how you found this facility, but I will soon enough. Your names may escape me, but you most assuredly will not.
Oh, we will see about that.
By her command!
This facility appears in no records, on no maps, not even in the minds of these loyal soldiers. So the question remains, how are you here?
Just a little no big deal for like ultra powerful and well-known heroes like us. This could prove powerful. Once again.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Here's one for ya. You guys really don't know what you're in for, do you? You asked for it.
Never surrender! No place to hide.
Hide if you must. Hardly a scratch.
Of all the possible intruders, this is the last group I would expect. I suppose there was a high probability that the hunter would be drawn to this location. But you two? What were your names again? Nancy and Margaret.
Okay, now he's just messing with us. Well, that's interesting.
Are you being clever?
Hell that.
Regroup in position, Tango.
Maybe you'd like a closer look at my sword.
I'd be careful where you wave your staff, or swords, or whatever other enchanted LARPing weapons you brought into my facility. The modifications I've made to the gamma accelerator have rendered it quite volatile. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. The mind probe is far too reliable when the brain is damaged.
Tony Stark was right. You are moody.
Remember me now, Brucey?
I'm starting to, little punk. Which actually explains a great deal about how this visit came about. Far too amateurish an operation for Carol, or even Tony. It's not the how I should be focusing on, but the why. You're not here for the gamma accelerator at all, are you? No. The truth is far more delightful. Of course it is. Well, by all means, then, have at it.
What is that?
At this point, wouldn't surprise me if Thanos himself walked out of that thing.
Wanda!
No,
Oh, Wanda.
we were too late. She belongs to Lilith now. Death is her only chance for release.
What? Hell no! No, that's not how we work. Haven't you learned anything yet? Leave her alone, you monster!
Oh, I assure you, Miss Maximoff is free to do as she pleases.
She appears neither free nor pleased to me.
Really?
Wanda, is there something you'd like to say to your friends?
Mother chose me above all of you.
I have heard a great...
It's all starting to make sense. Tony must have known that I would need her energies to help stabilize the reaction. Perhaps he thought her connection to the two of you would somehow prevent the inevitable slaughter about to occur. Perhaps you're simply his canary in the coal mine. In either case, I may have underestimated him.
You sure you're alright there, Brucey? Sounding a little unhinged.
He is starting to rant like Faustus.
We will move as one.
Practice when you're this good.
Even for Hydra.
I won't forget this. You can't stop me. You seem confused. Let's finish this.
They are still coming for me.
Coming here was a mistake.
The looks on your faces. Genuine astonishment. Just like before with Tony and Steve at the tower. I wonder, have we heroes always been so trusting? So gullible?
There is no we anymore, traitor. You forfeited that right when you became another of my mother's puppets.
Yet here you all are, trying to save Wanda. I suppose I should add illogical to the list.
Oh good, more goons. We have to stop letting Banner get to us. Remember why we're here. Wanda, snap out of it! We don't want to hurt you!
You cannot hurt me. The Mother will never let anyone hurt me.
More of Lilith's lies. I've heard such words repeated too many times.
Pointless. But I thought we were friends. Mother will never let me fall.
How about this one?
Your time has come!
How could you do that to a friend? I guess the gloves are off. Don't hesitate, friends. I won't.
Reinforcements on approach.
Lose yourself in
Her will be done.
Do not fear the mother's embrace. Let her warmth envelop you. There's nothing left in her eyes. Nothing of Wanda.
Such peace. Such a harmony of energies flowing through one form. Really is something, isn't she? I always believed the Scarlet Witch was powerful, but through Lilith, Wanda Maximoff has become transcendent.
Shut up.
That won't stop. That won't make this easier for you.
It would seem Lilith chose poorly.
Well, this encounter has certainly smashed my expectations. Come now, Bruce. Can't let yourself get too carried away. We were planning on taking them alive. Then again, Wanda?
Eliminate them.
This is over.
We must leave! Now! Wanda, stop! It's me!
It is not her, Nico. She cannot hear you anymore. Please.
Did you see that? I know you did.
Did I see her almost destroy all three of us? Then yes.
She hesitated.
And then blew up the ground where you were standing.
Still, Wanda's in there. Somewhere. I know it.
No. She is here.
Impossible.
Close it now!
What do you think I am trying to do?
No escape. No more. You were saying, Wanda. Your fault. You will be no more. Enough! I am not Agatha.
Don't say a word, Nico.
What would be the point?
Rules are like hearts. Break them and get ready for the fireworks.
Ileana, are you okay?
My best friend just tried to murder me. What do you think?
We knew trying to save Wanda was going to be a risk.
I know. But is it really worth risking the life of everyone here to do it?
I think so. Do you not?
I just want to close my eyes and when I reopen them, have this all be some bad dream.
We both should get some sleep.
It's the only thing left to do tonight.
Good night, Magic.
Good? There is nothing good about this night, Hunter. Nothing good at all.
Nico,
Don't bother. Kinda just want to be left alone.
We have a lot to think about. How we got here. How we failed.
Yeah, you think?
We can talk tomorrow, when you are feeling better.
Yeah, right. Might be a while.
I will be here.
But Wanda won't.
Of all the reckless, immature...
Hunter, if you're looking for caretaker, she went to her room.
Yeah, and she made it very clear she doesn't want to be disturbed. She's pretty upset.
We really screwed up, didn't we? I knew we shouldn't have gone messing with that mirror.
I'm worried about Nico and Magic. I think they're in shock or something.
We're all in shock. It's gonna take some time for us to pull it back together. If we manage to pull ourselves together at all.
Caretaker? It is Hunter.
Leave me be. I'm not exactly in the mood for visitors right now.
It seems there's a competition going on to see who can reprimand the young sons the harshest.
Are you participating?
I'm really glad everyone made it back safe and sound, which is impressive on its own. Trying an incantation like that at their level. One might think they would ask for a Sorcerer Supreme's guiding hand.
I am sure that they now know it would have been better with you there.
Kind of you, Hunter. I kept my composure, but I care for Wanda. It was under my watch that she was taken. There is nothing more I want than to make this right. Even if the outcome wasn't as hoped, we now know what has happened to her. I've been hearing her voice, but each time it grows fainter. By the great Agamotto, we'll bring her back to us.
And here I thought we were finally starting to trust each other.
They went behind our backs. Nearly cost us everything.
They were trying to save their friend, like any of us would do.
Please, I would never do anything that reckless.
Do you even hear the words coming out of your mouth anymore?
I would never do anything that reckless, given the stakes.
Really?
Okay, fine. I would never do anything that reckless today.
I give that a solid maybe.
Whew, you look like hell, dear. I suppose you must feel like it too after these very rough few days.
I am not worried about me. I am more concerned with how everyone else is faring.
Not well, obviously. I am sorry you were unable to save Wanda, but at least you tried. I can't help but feel responsible for how things played out. Perhaps I pushed you too hard to save her too soon, before you, Nico, and Magic were ready.
What happened was not your responsibility. We chose to betray Sarah's trust and put the lives of everyone here in jeopardy. You did not make us.
Yes, but if it wasn't for me emboldening you, we may have avoided this whole mess.
I cannot get Wanda out of my head now, seeing her like that. I know I did not know her before she fell, but she was in so much pain. It permeated from her. I could feel it tear right through me. I just wish I could have freed her from it.
I know, dear. Me too. Maybe you'll get a chance to again. In the meantime, don't beat yourself up about it too much. And remember how much Sarah and I love you.
Don't you think with all my knowledge, all my expertise, I could have helped save Wanda?
No.
Why?
Because we do not trust you, Strange.
Your problem, Magic, is that you don't trust anyone.
Why should I? Where were you when Wanda was taken? What have you or any of the other Avengers done to rescue her?
I thought we resolved this already. There was nothing any of us could do.
No, you resolved it out of your mind. We acted.
And had you elicited my help, you might have succeeded.
Please, you Avengers would only have gotten in our way.
I suppose we'll never know now, will we? And people say Tony's ego's big.
Enough of this. I have to attend to some issues in Limbo. Someone has to make sure we have safe passage through space-time.
Now who is running from a fight, Illyana? I try not to be someone who equates youth with folly. I wish Illyana would not look at someone with a lifetime of experience and assume incompetence. Perhaps there was more I could have done to save Wanda, but until I get back into my sanctum, I cannot see everything I once did.
Magic just does not understand what you have been through, Doctor.
Of course she doesn't. She hasn't experienced an inkling of the universe that I have.
Then why let this bother you?
You know why? I just don't feel complete without the sanctum and all its prophetic perks. Like I'm not quite myself.
So you can no longer peer into the future. But that is not where your true value lies. Maybe it is time to reframe your place in the world.
Perhaps you're right, but I do not know where to start.
You can start by realizing that you are the Sorcerer Supreme, no matter where you rest your head.
Thank you, Hunter, for your wise counsel. Now, if you will excuse me, this Sorcerer Supreme needs to figure out a way to save us from this mess.
I assume you're here to ask about the attempt to rescue Wanda.
You know magic better than I do. I figured...
I'd have something to say. I do. I'm worried about her.
What Nico and Magic did was dangerous. They put themselves at risk of being controlled by Lilith.
Not only that, but Magic is. You know she finds it hard to trust people. The fact that she tried to help Wanda with zero hesitation shows she's grown. But the recklessness could be indicative of conflict from within.
Hopefully this will encourage her to ask for help.
I have a soft spot for Magic, and I always will. I hope you will be kind to her.
I have always been kind to Magic, and I do not plan on stopping.
I am glad to hear it. I should probably seek the two of them out, and make sure they are all right.
Back from your little field trip. I'm surprised Caretaker hasn't ripped you a new one yet. Going behind her back with the backup singers of your pop-punk band was really risky.
Magic and Nico needed my assistance. I could not say no.
Hey, I love hijinks. You gotta have real big cojones to go after Wanda like that. I'm talking huge.
I will not ask what that means, but thank you?
Really? You don't know what... Never mind. Lessons come later. Between you and me, I would have done the same thing. Not because I love causing a scene, but in our line of work, we need to bend the rules. Play fast and loose.
Some rules can be flexible.
Gonna be honest, didn't think we'd both be on the same page there.
How come? I am capable of choosing what rules to break or submit to.
Because you're the fancy schmancy legend. I thought rules and order were your bread and butter.
Then I am glad to have changed your perception of me.
Now you're the fancy schmancy rule breaker. If you ever want to break more rules with your little posse, count me in.
Nico, What are you doing in Wanda's room?
What does it look like? Ileana said this grimoire is filled with pretty powerful magic. There's gotta be something in here. Something to break the stupid spell your mother cast over Wanda so, you know, we can all go back to being normal. To being friends again.
If you intend on breaking Lilith's hold on Wanda, you are going to need to use magic as dark as hers. Are you up to that?
Have you seen me use the Staff of One? Yeah, not exactly the stuff of fairy tales. Unless you're talking about the creepy old original versions. You know, the ones that sound an awful lot like your childhood. Just because I don't go around broadcasting my dark side like some people do, doesn't mean I can't handle my fair share of dark magic. I know what I'm doing.
I never said you did not.
It all made sense in my head. We'd find Wanda, smack around a few Hydra dirtbags, bring her back to the Abbey, and Caretaker would bake her a cake. I wasn't exactly envisioning Wanda trying to murder us. Or you trying to do the same thing to her.
Perhaps next time we should formulate an actual plan. One that does not involve Blade or Robbie.
Tell me about it. Wait, did you just say next time?
I do not give up easily.
Neither do I. How about this? I'll keep digging through these pages if you promise not to release our friend anytime soon.
Deal.
Good, because I'm gonna hold you to that. Well, unless you have anything to add to this free Wanda brainstorming sesh, I should get back to her grimoire. I'm not leaving one page unturned until I find a way of bringing her back to her senses. Till then, later.
I wanted to apologize for last night. I just couldn't believe what you and the rest of the Sons did, and needed time alone to process. I knew I underestimated Nico's desperation to save Wanda when I realized she swiped my spellbook. I keep thinking, if I hadn't given up on her so easily, if I had listened to them, helped them, I could have prevented them from going out on their own and risking all. Do you think they are right, Hunter? Do you think I gave up on Wanda too soon?
Try not to be too hard on yourself about what you did or did not do.
But it's my job to make the best decisions for the team with the given information. And this time, I feel like I failed spectacularly.
We are all doing our best.
It doesn't feel like it right now.
It does not have to.
Oh, I can't help but be reminded of Lilith. Maybe if I tried to save her centuries ago, we wouldn't be walking the apocalypse we're in now. Well, I ought to pull myself together and face the day. Thanks for the word, Hunter.
Magic. Are you all right?
No, Hunter, I am not. And neither is Limbo. The dark energy is increasing.
This danger you feel, have you given more thought to what could be causing it?
Yes, but I do not want to say it out loud.
You need to tell me what is going on in Limbo, Ileana. And you need to tell me now.
The authority in your voice. It's a sign you are stepping into your power. I respect that. But while my power is still greater than yours, I will not speak his name. Words have power. I do not want to give him any more than he already has.
He?
If I am right, you will see soon enough. But tonight, that's all I can say.
What are you up so late reading?
The twisted brain drippings of that psycho Faustus? This journal is like a love letter to Aleister Crowley, the Necronomicon, Jack the Ripper, and Charles Manson, all remixed into some nightmarish open mic poetry. I'm going to be up all night trying to make sense of it, see if it helps us find our way back into the sanctum.
There is no offense worse than poorly written poetry.
Maybe my open mic poetry analogy was too generous. It's not even good enough to be bad. Makes me miss those 12-hour poetry slams in the East Village, and I thought that was torture. Check this out. Lilith, Your name is a black hole for men like me to lose their souls. How I await to be suffocated in your arms, choke on the dark tendrils of your hair. Murder me, goddess, and I will help you murder this dimension.
Someone should warn my mother.
Oh yeah, poor Lilith. Even she can do better than Faustus. All I can say is Hydra's got a real HR problem on their slimy hands. Well, I ought to get back to burning the midnight oil. I got about 400 pages to go of this crap. I'll let you know what I find out.
You look like you are on the hunt.
It's that scent again. Almost feels familiar somehow. I was hoping you and Charlie might give it another go. You down?
Who would miss a chance to hunt with Blade?
I'm flattered. Now meet me out by that creepy-ass church.
Tell me, Blade, have you found any other unusual creatures during your pursuit of the Barghest?
Seen a few birds hanging around the training yard, but I haven't decided if they're real yet.
Real? As opposed to...
I'm not sure. The way things operate around here, they could be an illusion, some kind of familiar, a robotic drone.
And what makes you so suspicious?
Just like this thing we're after. They don't smell right. It's like someone made what they thought of having smelled a bird.
I will have to take your word for it.
Damn thing got away again.
We may need some help.
Not so mysterious now, huh? We should head back. This place gives me the creeps. And that ain't easy to do. You coming?
Let us get out of here.
It's good to have you around, Hunter. You don't treat me like some of the others.
How so?
America didn't exist in your time. With you, I get to be Steve from Brooklyn. Just a guy with a shield.
We are all in this fight together. Why would we not treat each other as equals?
And I appreciate it. I hope you know that. You have your own legend to deal with. That expectation must give you some trouble.
It can be hard to live up to what everyone thinks I am.
Then don't. Live up to your ideals. Everything else will fall into place. Like it or not, your words and actions carry a lot of weight. Don't lose sight of that.
Thanks. I will keep that in mind.
Sorry. Didn't mean to lecture. Let's get back to it. Good morning, Hunter. Got a minute to chat?
You wanted to speak, Captain America?
Please, call me Steve or Cap. I know I'm a newer kid on the block, but I'm noticing some major divisions within this team. All the interpersonal drama is pulling focus from the real danger, Lilith.
I have witnessed the divisions, and I must do a better job of resolving the conflicts at hand.
Hardest lessons hit the closest to our hearts. Leading others is never straightforward or easy. It's definitely not all on your shoulders, but I respect you for taking accountability. Don't forget that you're the only one of us who's beaten Lilith and paid the ultimate price for it. You stand out here as a leader. The Midnight Suns, Strange, Carol, Tony, even me. We all look to you for our cues. It's a responsibility, and it's a tough one.
I have been a weapon all my life, to be wielded and directed by others. Leadership ability is not my forte. I would appreciate a few pointers.
Just the fact that you're willing to learn means you're on the right track.
I would benefit from your honest appraisal.
Take it step by step and build some bridges between teammates. We're all tired, but some team building might be what we need, even if it's just blowing off a little steam. Times like this, it's easy to forget we're all on the same side. You've already made the ultimate sacrifice once before. I've been there. I know what it's like to be asked to do it again and again. It doesn't get easier, but you get stronger and better at making the hard calls. I've given you a lot to process, but let's pick up this conversation again soon.
A few of us are meeting up tonight. It's a book club. You're probably busy, but if not, the others said I should invite you.
A book club?
Yeah, I didn't figure the great and powerful Hunter would be into a book club.
If it is worth reading, I am interested.
All our books are worth reading. Anyway, I'm headed to the meeting. I doubt it's your thing, but if you're interested, you could tag along.
After you.
Okay then.
I know about as much as you. Blade put this together. He's the person to ask.
Blade's giving you the stink eye. Or maybe he doesn't like the punch. Either way, I think he wants to speak with you.
Here's how this works. We pick out a book, we read the book, and then next meeting we talk about the book. It's my turn to pick, so give me a minute. I need to narrow it down.
What kind of book is a book club book?
The good ones, that's the plan at least.
Did you already talk about today's book?
Well, no, there isn't one for today.
What is the best book you have read so far?
None.
You have not read any books, but you are starting a book club?
Hunter, I've read half the books in the library. I have too many favorites to list. I meant I have no book club favorites yet.
You are being evasive, and I do not know why.
This is technically our first meeting.
I thought this was a regular thing you did.
Yeah, I want it to be. Doesn't matter how sharp your weapons are if your mind is as dull as a brick. Just give me some space. I need to find the right book if I'm going to... I need to pick the right book, okay?
All right.
I hope I have time for this. I used to be in one of these with my friend Jess, but it fell apart.
What happened?
I got reassigned, she had a kid, aliens invaded, the usual.
Aliens?
Yeah, it's been a busy decade.
This is the first book club I've been to that didn't devolve into a knockdown, drag-out fight.
Must have been some book club.
A few years back, Bruce and Tony started an Avengers literature circle. First book chosen was Banner's favorite. Tony hated it. Said it was the worst poetry he'd ever read. That a mascara-blinded lab monkey could have written it better. I still don't know what that means. Turned out, it wasn't Banner's favorite book. It was Hulk's.
Oh no.
We lost 2 floors of Avengers Tower before he calmed down.
What happened next?
Black Widow invoked the "this is why we can't have nice things" rule and banned book clubs from meeting at the tower.
All right, I made my decision.
So, what is it going to be?
The first book we'll read for book club will be The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Ooh, a classic.
Yep, that's an old book.
Way older than the hunter.
Ah, The Art of War. I read that when I was 12.
Well, then you could reread it. See if you gain a new perspective. Our time is tight, I get it. But stop by the library and read the book before the next meeting. But I hope you read the whole thing. This book is one of my favorites.
The katana gave that away.
Yeah, I'm always around if you want to chat about it.
I'll save it for the next book club.
I could chat about it.
Nah, I'm good.
I admit, I like the low-pressure approach we're taking to book club. These things should be fun and informative. Not the high-stakes powder keg of the Stark and Banner book club regime.
What did you think of the meeting?
Seems like a great way to get to know each other.
What do you think of Blade's choice of book?
It got me thinking about a book I can choose. It'll have to be a good one to match Blade's pick.
See you later.
Next time, then.
I think that went well. Carol seemed to enjoy herself. What do you think?
Blade, did you start a book club so Carol would join it?
No. Yes. Sort of. We were talking about books, and I may have suggested the two of us read a book and talk about it. Captain America overheard and expressed interest. Carol said I was starting a book club, and he asked if he could join.
Then what?
What was I supposed to do? Say no to Captain America?
Knowledge is the key to a person's heart.
You think?
It might be the key to Carol's heart.
The key to mine is a silver stake, so you got the better end of the deal. Glad you came, Hunter, but don't forget to do the reading.
All right, I will.
I'm not kidding.
Here's a weird question. Do you, consider yourself to be a goth?
What is a goth?
It's a 20th century music and fashion subculture. Kinda hard to explain, but it's people who appreciate what others would see as dark or macabre.
Like people who enjoy horror novels and films and the sad, whiny music you and Magic listen to?
I feel called out. Figured since your mom is the mother of demons and all, you might, identify with being goth too.
I believe I am more goth than you.
Didn't realize it was a competition.
You are goth in your own way.
I will say, my hair is cooler than yours. No offense.
None taken. It is very fitting.
I like the way I dress. I feel badass.
You should.
Plus, I think I'm stuck. Goth never dies.
Been meaning to ask, when you woke up and saw a half-vampire in the Abbey, well, was your first thought about killing me?
You had not proven yourself an enemy, so I did not treat you as such.
As long as you think fast, there's a fine line between choosing your target and hesitating. If I become a threat to the rest of you, or to the people out in the world, what I'm asking is, if I lost control, would you stop me? Could you do what needs doing?
Do you want me to promise I will?
If I began to treat people like food, if I killed the innocent for the sport of it, damn right I want to promise.
I am the hunter. I have slain hundreds of wicked creatures and rescued dozens from such a fate.
So?
So, I am the best judge of when you are too far gone to save.
Guess I can respect that.
Why bring this up?
I don't know how Lilith does her thing, but I refuse to become one of her fallen. If there's ever a question, I want you to know my answer.
I understand.
All right then.
An ominous presence dares enter these halls? Oh, sorry, it's you. The Abbey is full of mystery. It keeps its secrets close, even from the Sorcerer Supreme. It is a pale shadow of my Sanctum Sanctorum, of course, but it has a rustic charm to it.
Did you not consider the Abbey's simplicity is an illusion?
What are you on about? I can see behind the veil, Hunter. When I gaze upon the Abbey, it reveals nothing but... Oh, I see. A hidden complexity in its geographical nondescription, an unremarkability in triplicate. Rather, octuplicate. An eightfold veil, for the 5 earthly senses and the 3 not of this earth. My compliments to Caretaker and the late Miss Harkness. There is a simple elegance here that I quite appreciate.
You wanted to speak, Carol?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks.
Thanks for what?
For surprising me with your unexpected friendship. I did not see that coming. Believe it or not, I don't have a lot of peeps I can call friends. Not close ones, at least.
I do not believe it. You are like the popular girl in one of Nico's high school movies.
You're not referring to one of those mean girl characters, are you? Because I know I can spar with the best of them, but I try to give everyone around me a fair shake.
No. You are like that high school vampire slayer who has a group of friends who look out for her, even though she cannot exactly see how loved and admired she is by all.
I'm glad you're here, Hunter. I feel like you get just how heavy all that extra baggage can be when it comes to having crazy freaking superpowers.
Blade understands that burden too.
Why are you bringing him up?
No reason. Just thought you should know you can lean on him too.
Anyway, I should let you get back to whatever cool thing you were doing before I dragged you out here to get all gushy.
Anytime, Carol.
Ah, Hunter. I did not expect to see you here. Added to the list, I suppose.
I'm sorry?
Of things I can no longer perceive since I lost my connection to the Sanctum. While knowing the comings and goings of my teammates may seem trivial, the dealings of the dreaded Dormammu are unfortunately not. I fear he may be plotting against us as we speak and have been attempting to gaze upon his home realm of the Dark Dimension for some time now, with little success thus far.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You haven't, by chance, mastered the art of astral projection and universal awareness since we last spoke, have you?
I do not think so.
Pity. Probably best if I try this alone, then. But the offer is appreciated.
Very well. I will leave you to your work.
As you wish. We'll speak again later, of that at least I'm certain.
Book club tonight. You in?
Meet you there.
See you there. Read or die. That's what I've always said. Looks like we're all here. Grab a seat and let's get started.
I am ready.
The Art of War is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite. Can anyone guess why?
Because it's not just about fighting, it's about how to conduct yourself when in conflict with others?
Carol gets it. For quite a while, all my interactions with people involve some form of conflict.
Interesting.
This book laid things out for me. Help me understand, you don't always smash yourself against a problem face first. You must understand your enemy before you can hope to defeat them. Hunter, you get this more than most. You understood Lilith, which led you to discover her weakness. With that came her defeat.
I lost 300 years to understanding. I would not call that a success.
I would. Your sacrifice, whatever it was, kept the world from plunging into darkness. My point here, until we know what game Lilith is playing, there's no way we can break the rules. That's the only way we win.
So the favorite book of a half-vampire was written by Master's son.
I'm the Daywalker. Of course it is.
Carol, what stood out for you?
The chapter about flexibility in warfare. Yes, it presented distinct situations, but at its core, it promoted a philosophy of adaptability. This is a subtle but key difference from the Kree war manuals I know. Those manuals lay out how to overcome every possible contingency. Because Kree commanders always expect an answer, exceptions can flummox the ones who let the rules think for them.
Are you not better off if you know how to win?
They don't tell you how to win. They tell you how the Kree have previously won. The art of war encourages fluidity of thought. The variations presented in the chapter on flexibility are examples, not rote technique.
And that's how wars are lost.
So I've been dying to know, what is Captain America's favorite part of this book?
After this read, everything he had to say about deception and warfare.
Ooh, explain.
Wait, what used to be your favorite?
Discussions of leadership. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I've long since internalized all that worked for me and examined what didn't. But convincing your enemy that your greatest weakness is your most powerful strength.
Or the opposite, that your strength is a vulnerability?
Exactly. It struck me, especially regarding our conflict with Lilith. So, what's our greatest strength?
Lilith has no allies, just thralls. She is alone in this fight, but we are united.
Are we? The greatest scientific mind I've known, sorry Tony, just defected to her side. What's to stop any of us from doing the same? I don't have an answer to the question I asked, but I plan to do what the art of war suggests. Learn her weakness. Adapt as the conflict evolves. Keep Lilith guessing. And above all, think.
And that'll do it.
Great. So what's our next book?
I told Carol she could pick the next one.
I decided on volume 32 of the Kavat Koth.
The what now?
It's a cross between a legal text, a spaceborne invasion defense manual, and one of those sagas that Thor seems to love.
Okay then.
I promise it's not a heavy read. I thought it would be a good companion to the art of war.
See you all next time.
I'm nervous about my book. I don't know how much of it will translate. Not the language, the ideas.
A book that can put me to sleep would still be useful on restless nights.
I used to have a book for that. The Humble Quantum Band and You, a technical manual. It doubled as a crappy pillow. I think you'll like my choice. Give it a shot. That's all I ask.
I didn't know what I was getting into when I signed up, but I'm glad we have book club.
It was good to see the conclusions we each drew from the book.
That's why I think we need to do this. A team that understands its disparate parts works better in concert. But don't quote me. Sun Tzu said it better.
That went better than expected.
Captain Marvel seemed quite impressed with your selection.
No, she didn't. Did she? No, you're just messing with me.
The book she chose? It sounds like the Kree version of the book you chose.
You think so?
I know so.
Huh. That went way better than expected. That's all for now. You taking off or hanging out?
I am taking off.
Righteous.
I wanted to talk to you about book club.
Oh? Having a good time?
I'm having a great time. Always good to flex the old brain muscles. I need your advice, though.
What kind of advice?
It's about Blade. I get the feeling that all of book club is just his roundabout way of getting to be friends with me. I mean, I'm touched. He seems like a good guy, but shy. So how do I tell him I'm totally cool with being best pals without scaring him off? Got any thoughts?
If you want to be friends with Blade, just tell him.
You really think I should just lay it out there?
You guys can fight hordes of bloodthirsty killers and not bat an eye, but you want to tell another human being that you enjoy their company and you forget how to speak.
Different skill sets, Hunter. But I'm always looking to improve, so thanks. I'm up to the challenge.
I wish I could be more helpful.
Please, you've been more than helpful just listening to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go catch up with my reading. I'm a couple of chapters behind.
I can tell.
Watch it. No spoilers.
I've got some questions about vampires that I was hoping Blade could answer.
I have noticed you are very curious about Blade.
He's an interesting guy. Plus, we're both half human, half something else. We have common ground there. What do you think of him?
The sense of style is unrivaled.
He has a certain flair that he applies to his work. I rely on his paranormal perspective. End-of-the-world situations forge strong bonds. A half-vampire, a resurrected hunter, a half-alien.
Do not forget the guy whose head routinely catches on fire.
The Midnight Suns are one of the more colorful crews I've run with.
Lovecraft, Crowley, Transcendental Magic, Conquest Through Technology and Mysticism by Victor Von Doom. Guessing this library doesn't carry the Hardy Boys.
I am unfamiliar with their work.
I brought you here, Hunter, so we might reconnect with your roots. To remind you of who you are, where you came from, and where you can go. And, more importantly, who I believe you can become.
Okay. So where do you see me going, Steve?
Not to sound like a self-help book, Hunter, but sometimes it's more about the journey than the destination. Keep striving to be the best version of the Hunter you can be. If you keep doing the work, nothing will be out of your reach. Except for that row of encyclopedias at the top of that bookshelf. I'm pretty sure you're gonna need a ladder for that.
Any progress on the journal?
If by progress you mean genetic experimentation recipes, demonic incantations, and what Strange here thinks is some sort of, wait for it, Lilith fanfiction Faustus wrote in a 10,000-year-old dead language...
Ancient Atlantean.
Then sure. Tons.
I actually speak a little Atlantean.
Ti o mile oth ep isith?
But I did find this.
A hole?
We think it's a shipping facility. Or smuggling. Faustus may have been a demented loon, but the man kept some pretty detailed records.
Possibly for stealing. From me.
Via the hole.
Let me guess. That's why I'm here.
Well, given the nocturnal and clandestine nature of this operation, as well as your experience in dealing with subterranean affairs...
I'll bet. Ever wonder why you people only come to me for the dirty work?
Because you're a vampire? You sleep in the actual dirt? Or a coffin?
I mean, there's sort of a point buried in there. Sorry.
Let's go.